psychic medium Karyn Reece, along with my co-host, the wonderful Alexa Zephia.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Oh, busy as always, but you know that. And you don't have to be psychic.
No.
Because you handle everything.
Because I know your calendar. Yeah. Personal and professionally do I know your calendar. So we took to Instagram to ask some questions, or to answer some questions for people. And one that came up a lot, actually, was about old souls. And if that actually means that they were literally millions of years old, or are they reincarnated, 100 times? What does an old soul actually mean, and how can you tell how old your soul actually is?
Well, that's a really good question, because typically speaking, when people say so-and-so is an old soul, what they're really referring to is that this person, they may be maybe a little person, may have had multiple lifetimes, or they may have this incredible talent like Mozart. But here's the thing, we were all created at the same time as spirits. It's just many of us have lived many more lifetimes than, or we may have excelled in a lifetime with a particular talent, which carries over into this lifetime. So often you hear people remark that when somebody seems very wise for their age, but again, that has more to do with a person who's had many lifetimes. As far as the actual age of your spirit self, well, God created us all together at one particular time. So technically we're all old souls.
Are we all the same age?
But
technically,
yes.
Does that make us
all the same age? At a spirit level, yes, exactly.
I love the spirit level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, unlike wine or cheese, we don't age with time. We just develop more. So
we develop gracefully.
Great, hopefully.
Gracefully, yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited for our next interview. It is with Kelly Dunn from Reebok, which is why Karyn and I are both sporting our Reebok apparel from Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly is the product marketing manager over at Reebok, so she's giving us all the amazing tips on what's to come, future seasons, and all that stuff. And of course, anytime Karyn's around, Spirit's around, so that means readings. Welcome back to the Karyn Reece Show. So we are so excited to have our next guest with us. Our shirts may show what company she works for, but we have Kelly Dunn with us, who's the product marketing manager for Reebok. So welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm just honored to be here. I'm so excited, and I love you guys. So.
Oh, we love you too.
We definitely love you. So Kel is a product manager for Reebok. Can you tell our audience, a little bit about what you do, maybe some specifics in terms of what you do every day?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I must say my everyday is very different. But it specifically within marketing, I work in product creation. So I specifically work with product at the very beginning. It's less, I would say, consumer facing, like someone who would be like social media marketing or, brand campaign marketing. But specifically, I have an amazing cross-functional team. So I work really closely with, designers, my pattern makers, material specialists, the color team, and really try to create a holistic lifestyle range specifically is what I'm working on now for the globe. So we don't only service the US, we also service, Europe is a big market for us. We have CPAC, APAC, emerging markets. So we pretty much work hand in hand every day. At the very beginning of the season, we like to start by, who's our consumer, who are we going after, what are the trends are and what the business needs are. And that's how we really kick it off. We do go through a ton of design reviews, feedback, internal, before we actually let the product, be shown to the buyers and the merchandisers. So I must say it's super hands-on. The samples that you guys are wearing, that's just an example of some of the process. So, once the designs are all kind of ready to go for the season and we're really aligned, we hand it over to the factories, and then we do 1 or 2 feedback sessions on making sure it's right, making sure it feels right, the colors executing properly. And then after about 2, sometimes some tough ones, it takes 3 sample rounds, we finalize the product, and it's my job then to hand it over to merchandisers, buyers, and really give them the tools they need, to sell it into accounts like a Foot Locker or, more, sporting accounts.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
You're busy and a lot of creativity.
Yes.
And how exciting with what you do too. So you're at that, beginning stage, that development, that creation. I love it.
Totally. And honestly, it's really crazy. When I first started, I kind of never really imagined what the creation process for apparel or footwear is. And we actually work on a very long calendar, about 12 to 15 months before launch. So, we're working, I mean, now with the supply chain issues, it's a little bit further than that as well. So, it takes a while to develop. And, before I worked in performance, and there's a lot of function things, technologies, really things that you have to research and really figure out to get right. So it's really exciting. It's really different every day, every season. I love it. I found my dream job. So
that's awesome.
So cool.
Going into that, actually, you've been at Reebok for, 6 years, but how has your journey changed since you started working 6 years ago at Reebok?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's crazy because I don't know if you guys know about a co-op program, but it's kind of like an internship. Some schools offer it. I went to Northeastern University in Boston, and they're really big on this co-op program. So I actually got my second co-op at Reebok. So I started like right when I was in college as an intern coordinator, and I worked in footwear at the time. So I did about a year and a half on footwear, and then I realized I loved apparel and I was more interested in, the fits and the fabrics. So I made my jump to performance apparel probably about 5 years ago, or maybe 4 years ago. And that's where I fell in love. Like, I played sports my whole life. I played field hockey in college. So, making up like leggings was like something that was so intriguing to me as I was the consumer. And I really felt like I could like live and breathe the products we were creating. So now I've done performance, women's and men's. Now I'm on to lifestyle, which I actually really like, because with COVID and stuff, I found myself in athleisure 95% of the time these past 2 years, I'd say. So I'm definitely getting into those sweats and the sets and some more like streetwear vibes in my new collection. And then, of course, I mean, Cardi B is my most recent project, which I think from like a little intern footwear girl, if you told me that 6 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you at all.
That's awesome.
What an amazing story.
What a great journey.
Seriously. So have there ever been any products that you were a little hesitant and then, they become successful, and, how does that all work, or what were your thoughts after that?
Yeah, so it's funny because we work so far in advance. It's like what the future trends are might not be happening now. So sometimes I get, the casual, design wants to do something a little crazy and out there that's like very fashion focused. Like we saw it on the runways this year, but then it takes time to get taken down into like a commercial stance. So if you think about, like, we did a blazer actually probably about a year ago. It hit in 21. And when they briefed me in like 19, I was like, oh my God, a blazer and Reebok. Like, I was trying to envision it. And then you kind of saw it hit the fashion runways with like blazer and bike shorts, blazer and like, hoodies and stuff like that. And once we kind of came out 12 months later with it, we were like right on trend. It was perfect. I wouldn't say it was like top seller, because I think the markets were a little scared at first, but the units that were that they bought, it sold like that really quickly. So I have one in my closet. I wear it for like chic, like presentations, but then I'm wearing like my sweatshirts underneath, and I feel like very high fashion. It's really cool.
So Kelly, if our audience would like to find more about you or connect with you further, or any questions about Reebok, how can they go about doing that?
Yeah, so please connect with me. I'd be happy, to speak to you via email. My email is kelly.dunn@reebok.com, Kelly, Kelly, Dunn, Dunn. You can find me on LinkedIn, and you can also find me on Instagram, kellydunn19. I'm friends with Alexa. I'm friends with Karyn, so you can search me there if you can't find it. But I'd be happy, to chat further. Anyone has any questions or just wants to know a little more, more than happy to.
Awesome. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today. You were amazing. We love our apparel. Like, honestly, it's totally switched my wardrobe over, and now I'm only wearing Reebok. So thanks to you. But thank you for joining us today. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I can't wait for the Thursday lives. I'm on it all the time. So I'm excited to see this channel though.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Welcome back to the Karyn and Reece Show. As always, anytime Karyn's around, spirit's around. So if you'd like to enter to potentially win a reading to hear from your past loved ones or hear about your future, you may do so by entering on her website at www.karynreece.com, spelled KarynReece.com. You can also enter on Facebook at Karyn Reece Psychic Medium, or on Instagram and on Twitter at Karyn Reece, or on TikTok at Karyn Reece and the number 1. And you can also send her an email, Karyn, Karyn, and then the little @ KarynReece.com. In your submission, please make sure you put your first and last name, phone number, email address, and why you deserve to win a reading. So today we have a very lucky winner with us who wrote to us on Instagram. Owen, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How about yourself? Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Karyn, take it away.
Well, I got a lot of different things coming my way. Quick question. Did you make some changes with work recently, your hours or something, or floor? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in my second week of a new job.
Well, Grandpa said keep up the good work. By the way, I do see more credentials ahead of you, just so you know, more schooling and all of the above. Were you thinking about doing some more learning?
Yeah. I actually, that was one of the things that drew me to my new job, is they pay for me to go back to school. So I'm planning on going back.
Yeah, your grandfather's here. He's like blowing you into me all from what I can see. Who's the Mary connection, or Marie? Was that a grandmother? Where's the MAR? Mary?
Mary Kate is my aunt. That's Grandpa Heron's daughter.
Okay, so she's obviously still in the living, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen her at Mary lately?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen her at Mary lately? No?
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. That's what your grandfather, because he said something about you see. Oh, really? He's stalking you. Better behave, Grandpa said. He's laughing. All that aside, though, I do have somebody else coming in, and I think you probably know who I'm talking about. And it looks like he looks very much like you. He reminds me a lot like you. He said, yep. And he goes, you need to tell my brother congratulations on the job. He was the first one to tell me. He was in my dreams last night, and he goes, you have no idea, Owen, how happy you make us. What is like the April MA? Who's got the March or April birthday, or who's April, May birthday or passing your anniversary? Is that you, or is it your brother?
Nothing in March or April that I can think of.
The May. MA. Who's the May? Because he's
MA. My mom, Margaret.
That's okay. That's okay. Yep. Give Mark a big hug and I love you so much. Grandpa and I are doing really well. He says, you know what? I just am amazed. He helped you get this job. Apparently you've been going out of body, talking to your brother back and forth prior to this. You may or may not remember your dreams are out of bodies, but you're visiting all your loved ones. He goes, I am so proud of you. Was there an Andrew connection? Was that a friend of your brother's, or your friend, like an Andrew?
My best friend in high school, Andrew.
Okay, because he said close. Yeah, he says he's a really good guy, and he's laughing. He goes, ha ha. He goes, you two were Roman soldiers in a past life. Ha ha. Many lifetimes. Oh, and you look pretty good for about 10,000 years old, don't you think? He does. Hey, I'll make our show. You know, he said to say, I know this has been difficult. Grandpa wanted me to tell you, he goes, but all is well. So when your brother released from the body, he says, I felt amazing. And he said there was no fear. And they actually had a big party for your brother. Apparently he likes to have a good party.
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah.
What's the Lynn connection? Is that somebody your mom's connected to, like a Lynn or a Linda? Is that somebody Margaret? I've been hearing the name Margaret all day too. That was definitely your brother.
Yeah.
Like a Lindsay, or is that, no, that's got to be your friend. Do you have a friend named Lindsay or Lynn?
I do. Good work friend.
Yeah, you were brother and sister in a past life. That's what your brother said.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
Did you have any ants at your house, or did your mom have a problem with ants or something? Or is there some kind of bug issue that mom's having a problem with? That's just bug her? Or you? But that
no, not. It's funny you say bug. That was what my mom always called my brother, was no bug.
Oh, he kept saying bug mom connection. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was no bug and I was Bear.
Oh, Bear, no bug. Guess what? Grandpa still calls him Bug. Who's like an Ed or a Ted or a Fred? Is somebody one of your dads are connected to, or who's that Bug's talking?
Ed Kisa. He's like a second dad to me.
Yeah, that's why I said
growing up right next door to us, Mr. Kisa.
Yeah, that's why I said because he said something father, wasn't sure if it was their friends. Yeah. Oddly enough, though, Bug said to tell you that, he goes, you know what? He goes, oh, he was our dad in a past life. And he goes, I just want you to know how much I really appreciate everything that you're doing. He goes, yeah, it sucks about your stomach. He goes, but I feel great. You know, yeah. Did somebody want to have some of his remains or something? or cremain,
Yeah.
something like a necklace. Is this something mom was doing or something with a necklace mom's doing or his print
Dad.
something? A dad.
Yeah, my dad got his thumbprint tattooed on a dog tag.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, my prince. And he loves that. You know, he loves his tattoo, by the way.
Yeah, it's wild that you say that, because I mean the ink is still healing. It was yeah, he had 3 letters tattooed down his back, and I got that a couple weeks ago.
He's smiling about that. I just said to your brother telepathically, I said, wouldn't it be great, like a little bug and a little bag? He goes, that's a good idea too, Carrie. I go, no problem there, bug. He's laughing. Something about a name spelling or name change or something. Who spells her name weird? Or is it your brother? Or what's the strange spelling? What the hell is he talking about?
My fiance, her name's Catherine, but she spells it with a K and a Y, unlike most people with a, yeah.
Is she?
I gotta say,
Yeah.
mine's a K and a Y, like Super K, Karyn to Karyn.
Yeah, and he always made fun of her for that, so he always just called her Cat.
That's what he said. He said cat too. He goes, something funny about his name spelling. Do you like the color yellow, or is this cat's favorite color? Do you like yellow?
Yeah, Catherine.
Yeah. Yellow's a great color because he keeps saying yellow. You know, get her some yellow, flowers for me. And then make sure you get mom some pink flowers for me. Make sure, well, get dad some, I don't, shaving lotion, he said.
Yeah, but dad shaves his head every day.
He just said he's always shaving.
Yeah.
Does she have a friend named Debbie too? Or is that your friend in medical? Wait, I'm seeing medical. Do you have a Debbie working coworker? You will. That is.
Yeah. From the job that I just left, we went out recently after I left the job. Debbie.
Yeah, your brother was with you. That's why he brought it up. He stalks you. Just because you think you're alone, trust me, you know what, Bug and Pops are with you. They're laughing about that. Did you want to go for some acupuncture too? Owen, are you thinking about that?
Yeah, I'm going for a massage Saturday, and was gonna throw that in.
I know your brother told me that. He goes, yeah, he's thinking about doing it. He goes, do it. Whatever you got to do it. Were you looking at your brother's shoes, or you have his shoes, or what's up with the shoe thing? Do you ever
that was me and my dad went to England recently, and there was a pair of boots that they don't carry in the States, a certain brand that Noel loved, and my dad bought them for him, and Noel passed before he could open them on Christmas. And my dad wanted me to have the boots, but my feet were too big. Yeah.
Did you notice any books or magazines falling off like a table or something recently? That you were
yeah, actually just yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a picture of him all over.
Yeah, he said I pushed it. Yeah, it was
your reason.
Well, it was because it was the books.
Yeah.
He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, look at him. He goes, that was me. And he's like putting his head like in my face a little bit right now. So you just got to know that. Do you like to be around water a lot? Because I saw you like around water where I want to go, like boat activity into the water.
Yeah. Our last time together was we did a wine tour down around the Finger Lakes. And then the time just before that I saw him, we were out on one of the Finger Lakes. We got a party boat together.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Two of my favorite memories with him.
That's his favorite memory. He goes, no, tell him about the boat, the party boat or having fun with the boat. Yeah, he goes, mine too. He goes, it's so funny. He goes, we're still like this. Do you paint or draw or something? Or are you doing something with photography, something, your brother's, or artwork or something?
I'm not. My mom was a photographer.
Oh, okay, because he's talking about the photographer. I also say, is it your mom? She's beautiful at what she does. She's also very psychic. So is your dad, Mr. Baldy Sauer. Okay, yeah. He said that one, not me. So tell your dad. Is there somebody named Ian? Is that a friend of yours? Is this some family?
That's my dad's name.
That's dad's name. Hi, Ian.
Yeah.
Have you been working out, or you've been thinking about it? Yeah.
Yeah. Just got started back up at the gym.
Yeah.
Like this week.
I just said that too. I love what I see. Have you noticed some lights flickering around you? Yes.
Not that I've been noticing, but
yeah, pay attention. Tell your folks that, because it's easy. And I'll see your cell phone. He's a great picture of your brother too. And he goes, don't ever lose that. And you still have his voice. Mom still has it. Make sure y'all do backup too. He says, you know how that goes. But yeah, he said, I love you. He goes, look, I'm okay. He goes, you got to know that. He goes, we're still here. So, I mean, And he likes mom's new place too.
Yeah.
Now, so, I mean, I think do you like seals too? Do you like looking at little seals? Did you see this last time?
Nothing that I can think of with anything that, other than, going to the Boston Aquarium, which I'm doing in 2 weeks. So
That's so weird. I kept getting Boston all day around me. I swear to God, it's definitely your crazy family. Definitely it was bug too. The name Pam comes up. Is that a friend of your mom's? Pam?
Pat was Noel's roommate. He was there the night that he passed.
That's what he's saying. It was Pat, friend. I couldn't hear him because sometimes it takes a lot of energy, so it's like hard to.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a problem? Did you hear something on the radio, like song skipping or something? There was something the other day, or what the heck is your brother talking? What's Bug talking about?
His one request was to play "Come Sail Away" by Styx at his funeral, so we did that, and it played on my way into work this morning.
Sticks, not sticking. That was your brother, because he said the radio, so not sticking, but sticks, because he kept saying sticks. I thought like stick. He says the radio. Yeah, that is definitely, yes, he said, because you listen to the music on the radio, something stick, and you can't, he's right there.
That's
so it's
crazy.
Yeah, he looks really good. We don't have to worry about like the weight, because when you're out of your body, you're like the healthiest.
Yeah.
Like it's on the lips of Lifetime on our hips here, but there, it's not a problem. But he wants you all to know, he goes, look, my choice, I'm fine. He goes, we will be together. Stop doing the blame game. Stop saying, could I, would I? He goes, no, you couldn't have done anything different. And even, both your grandpas said the same thing. And look, he's hanging out with your family on the other side. He's, keeping them out of trouble. Well, at least your grandpas, because, both of them get into trouble. They all get into trouble. There's a lot of people on the other. There's like a big party, okay? Like they're having a good time. But he was glad that you heard the sticks. Yeah, he says, when you hear that, and those are the kind of messages, and he knew you were coming today because he was in my dreams last night. Really, Bug? He's laughing at that. That happens a lot, by the way. He goes, I just love you so much, and I know how much you love me. He goes, really? He goes, we are still together, and he loves it when you talk to him, even when you get pissed at him. He said, he goes, it's okay. It looks like you're going to get another tattoo over my dead body, Graham said.
Yeah, we were, me and my mom were thinking of getting, my mom and my brother were supposed to get family tattoos, and that never happened, and now my mom really wants to, so that's going to be my next one.
Yeah, your brother said he's smiling about that, but according to Graham, she goes, over my dead body, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but listen, it is what it is. But yeah, your brother doesn't want anybody. He says, look, he said, we're fine. Taylor, is that a friend of yours? Tyler?
I know a Taylor. I can't say I'm friends with the Taylor.
Is this somebody you work with? Oh, you don't know your new friends?
Yeah, no.
Apparently he's telling you what to expect. So if Taylor's not there, Taylor will be there.
Yeah, it's week 2. I gotta ease into it.
Well, listen, your brother's taken, he goes, I helped you to facilitate this job. You were going out of body talking to your brother, I'm thinking about making a change, blah, blah, blah. And he says, just do it. Anything you put your mind to. Same with your brother, same with your mom, same with Ian. You're all like great people. Did you ever have a dog that was white or like a shepherd or something, or a husky or something?
Mr. Kisa, my next door neighbor, they had a white husky.
Yeah, because he's talking about the husky. I thought that's what he said. He was drawing a picture. Goes shepherd, goes husky. Yeah. So apparently he's met up with Mr. Keister. That's Papa Ed's dog and the rest of them, which is true. We're still there. He said to tell you, I just can't thank you enough. You need to tell everybody else. He goes, you all did such a great job. I know you all tried, and I'm so appreciative. He says, but I'm fine. And he goes, I just want you to know that when you're happy, I'm happy. He goes, we're still together. And it is really true. Our time here is for a small amount. And, before you know it, we're on the other side. By the way, what's the train connection? Do you live near trains or something?
Yeah, right. Just one street over.
Yeah, like I felt really close to him. Yeah, because he goes, yeah, you can hear the trains. My brother lives near the trains. Wrong side of the track, he said. But yeah, your feet need a good massage too.
Yeah.
You have funny toes, your brother said.
Yeah, right. We always joked I had the hobbit feet out of the family.
That's the hobbit foot. Yeah. Big bump over, and he goes, look at his feet. He goes, funny feet, funny toes.
That's
funny.
Yeah.
He's drawing hobbit feet for you. That's Bug just knows how to. He goes, it's so funny. He goes, I love you all. he says, I'll always give you signs. So sticks, flashing lights, pushing over the pictures because he went like this, I knocked it over. So, keep your, ears and eyes open. Tell, your family that too, your mom, your dad, and your brother. Goes, but I love you all. And he's going to be at your wedding. So it'll be a lot of fun. And I know you're going to do you'll have him there. You'll honor him there. So, well, and your grandparents too. All right. I had to add that. Don't want to upset the other side, but,
Awesome.
and tell your brother that, or tell your mother, your brother likes your new home too. So
awesome. Well, Owen, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully
thank you guys so much. I really did that blew me away.
Awesome. Hopefully that gave you the peace and the closure that you needed. Karyn, thank you. And Spirit, thank you.
And thank you guys so much.
Welcome back to the Karyn and Reece Show. If you would like to connect with Karyn to hear from your past loved ones or hear about your future, you may do so by visiting our website at www.karynreece.com, spelled KarynReece.com. You can also visit her on Facebook at Karyn Reece Psychic Medium, or on Instagram and on Twitter at Karyn Reece, or you can visit her on TikTok at Karyn Reece and the number 1. You can also send her an email, Karyn, Karyn, and the little @ KarynReece.com, or you can call our office phone at 716-580-2520. Awesome. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Follow up from before. We're talking about talents and, all that old soul stuff. But so why do we get talents or develop talents at different stages in life? Like, why don't we just get them when we were born so that we have more of a lifetime to develop them?
That's a good question. A lot of times you have to go through a set of circumstances. It's a life journey. So at the right time, in the right way, at the right place, usually that's when that talent may develop itself. But you may have a set of circumstances that you need maybe as a background in order to pursue your talent. And then there are also instances where people are naturally born with something that they just seem to really do very well. It really depends on what you decide before you incarnate with, your spirit guides, what your goal is. But talent, knowledge, and having a background often makes a big difference.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because, sometimes you just need that understanding in order to do what you're doing.
No, that makes total sense. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Karyn and Reece Show. Thank you, Kelly, for joining us. Thank you for our Reebok stuff. We love it. Yeah, I know. I got to show my logo too. We love all of our stuff, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week.